Well, welcome to the Internet Retard Dome, the idiocy of online personalities. And I didn't want to do this, but I need to explain a little bit. I made a channel just because there's some things that I know that are facts, theories that I have that I hope someone can prove someday that has information I don't have access, and other things. I make a really mean chicken wing recipe, my biscuits and gravy. I've got those on. But this is a video about why I always say at the end of my videos, I always say, don't like, don't share, don't subscribe. I don't care. Because all that's going to do is people are going to get mad at me about something I said. More people are going to want to make fun of me, insult me. I don't care if you do that. I really don't. But if I don't have to deal with it, if I get a following, fine, I love you. And I'll make content like this content. This retard right here, well, this, I want YouTube to know this is AI generated. This is not really the quartering. Excuse me, the retard that's causing the latest drama. Now let's talk about internet drama. Back a year ago when I started, there was this bullshit going on about these poor people on YouTube, geeks and gamers, encouraged harassment against Vietnamese actor Kelly Marie. No, they didn't. Geeks and gamers, I've been watching for only a year, but I went back and looked. I've seen the receipts. They talk about the Rose Tico character being a waste of a character. How Rose Tico's character could have been a great mechanic. She didn't need to be a girl boss. They ruined the character. The Geeks and Gamers champion RK Outpost that frequently targets marginalized actors, including Moses Singer. I don't know about that, but Ryan Kittle hates everybody. So saying Ryan Kittle is a racist is just the dumbest thing anybody can say, and they don't know anything about Ryan Kittle. Just like the assholes, let me bring in Charlie Kirk for 1 second. All this time, all the way back, it's only been a year or so, year and a half, and I started watching Charlie Kirk, and that guy was the best of us. Charlie Kirk never said a curse word, never said a racist word, never was misogynistic, never was a Nazi, never was any of those things. He was the nicest person on the internet, and they killed him for it. And it's disgusting. And people online are assholes when they want shit like that done. And it's disgusting that these people that did this YouTube, they wanted them. The Star Wars fandom wanted Geeks and Gamers, Ryan Kittle, Nerdrotic, and Critical Drinker deplatformed. But they didn't say deplatformed. They said demonetized. So this is the fucking idiocy that I woke up to on the internet. Going, oh my God, what the hell is this? And how did I never notice Star Wars theory existed? Because that guy's awesome. He might not be your cup of tea. He's not 100% my cup of tea. But the guy's awesome. Anyway, you can get this information right here from M, same handle on B Sky, Hut, S Lab, bitch, whore, whatever. There's more to it than that. But they sent it to Team YouTube, trying to get him deplatformed. Didn't work. Now we've got this asshole. And this asshole is, hey, you want to see a before picture? There's a before picture. Looks like a prison jumpsuit quartering. What a douchebag. Then there's this picture and this picture. I think this picture is because I think the guy's been on the sauce too much. I don't know. That's just what it looks like to me. So let's go with this picture because that's AI generated, and therefore I'm not using the bad Jeremy's picture to make this content. But evidently he's been flagging channels and he's been using content And so I'm going to explain what the oranges are for. That everybody's been asking, what are the oranges for? So evidently somebody took this video where this very pretty lady is making pork and using oranges and stuff. And when she did this video, it was pretty awesome. And so she did this, she threw it in there, boom, pours ice in it, does this to it, does that to it, does that to it, does that to it, does that to it, then here. And we get back to where the poor lady has to eat her own food. That looks awesome. So what does this have to do with it? Well, evidently, this YouTube short by Cooks and Eats Food Now or whatever, Cook and Eat Food Now, all Bad Jared did was take this video, in the front of the video say, would you let this woman cook for you, something like that, and then played the video all the way through. And you saw I skipped it. But that's where the oranges come from. So anyway, that's why everybody's throwing oranges in it, because would you let this lady cook for you? The guy stole this content. And the reason I say stole it is because it's one thing to do what I'm doing and take little snippets and say, but I gave credit. This is from Cook and Eat Food. And this was like 15 weeks ago, and it's down in the lower left corner. You can subscribe. I would like to subscribe to her, but I try to keep that to a minimum because I got a lot of subscriptions that I don't keep up with. Jeremy Hambley said, would you let this lady cook for you? Played the video, uploaded it, and then talked and bitched about people stealing content. So that was what this guy did to this pretty lady. And I'd like to try that, but I don't have a wok that big. And I don't know if I can get a piece of pork fat that big. Anyway, be that as it may, there was also a thing where our hero, the Hoardering, started banning people for asking how their weekend was. So that's where that meme comes from. That's why everybody on Wednesday is asking Ryan and Jeremy, how was your weekend? Because the Quartering was banning people for asking how his weekend was. Now, I don't know the story behind that. I just know it's a pretty douchebag thing to do. You don't attack the chat. Now, I attack comments all the time, and that's part of what some of the stuff I've said is about, is the comments. But I mean, I dumped this asshole as a follower, God, at least 6 months ago, because this fat ass, who was looking more like this at the time, or this, said that his doctor said, I need to stand up. So he did one stream where he stood up. He said, I need to start doing more exercise. I do too many streams a day where I'm sitting on my ass. And so his doctor said, the Hoardering needs to get some exercise. So as soon as he did that stream, I said, I wonder what his next stream is going to be like. Fat ass was sitting down in the next stream, and I unfollowed him at that point. So I unfollowed the Quartering back before it was cool. I also unfollowed Melanie Mack about the same time, and I'm not going to get into that shit. That is a rabbit hole that's stupid. I'm going to get into it right about the same time I unfollowed this bitch. Pearly things. Because this three, look at that face. Look at that face. That face right there said that Sydney Sweeney was mid. Now look at her face. Look at her face here. She got work done. She's on Ozempic. She does something. You can see her chin. You can see her complexion. Either she's using a filter. How do you go from this to this without Ozempic? You lying bitch. She's all about how women positivity. She's trying to be anti-feminist. Pearly is saying that women need to be submissive to men. I agree. Women needs to be happy with themselves. Women need to be blah, 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 blah. Women don't need to do this. Spend thousands upon thousands of dollars on their looks. How do you go from this to this if she hadn't done that? Oh my God. So it's just these influencers go all the way back to the fact that you don't like what other influencers are doing. You call Team YouTube up. You try to get these people banned. You try to get these people demonetized. You sit there and flag channels. You steal content. Then you play the victim. And I didn't have anything against Pearl Davis until that chubby... She called Sydney Sweeney mid. Now, Sydney Sweeney in my eyes is a 7. Pearl's a 3. So a 3 calling a 7 and a 5 is just where I had to draw the line. So goodbye, Pearly. Hello, the quartering. You sat there and false flagged channels because you didn't like something they said about you. Hey, quartering, I got something for you. False flag me, you piece of shit. You'll get all of my 20 fucking subscribers and all 13 of my videos that anybody's watched. Ooh, I'm scared, you piece of shit. Anyway, I just had to bring this up because when I started on YouTube, this came up. And this was the stupidest thing that I had seen. People trying to get other people demonetized. Then you come up with the hoarding. Trying to get people, false flagging people and stealing their content. And for what reason? To be relevant? Who gives a damn? You're relevant online. The stupidest thing anybody can say to you, ever, is I will destroy you on social media. I got called on social media by Glenda Bad Bitch. I got called misogynist because I said women ruin everything in 2 different posts. And the second one was because there's 5 female chief of police or heads of department in the sheriff's office being investigated or fired or both for fraud and abuse of power and other things. And so I posted women ruin everything, and she lost it and called me a misogynistic worm. And all I could do was say thank you. Now call me a Nazi and a racist, and we got the trifecta. So anyway, that's what's going on with the hoarding, that piece of shit. He ain't no better than those people that tried to get Nerdrotic and Critical Drinker, Ryan Kittle, and D-Day Cobra demonetized because they didn't like what they were saying about the Acolyte. It's like, oh, you didn't like the Acolyte. Star Wars fandom refuses to watch other marginalized actor or fans be singled out or by prolonged racist harassment from a handful of YouTubers. Hey, guess what? This handful of YouTubers, especially Drinker and Nerdrotic, have a pretty good following. So, also I wanted to bring up Brittany, and I'm not going to say her last name because I don't know if she wants me to support her, but there was a Brittany and a Starbucks large coffee. A Brittany, last name Starbucks large coffee. If you know, you know. She's actually done some really good work on this, and so I started following her. So I dropped Melanie Mack, a couple others, and the quartering months ago, and so now I'm following Brittany, and she makes me laugh. She's pretty good. Follow them. Ryan Kittle, he's great. I actually am a supporter of his channel because it's better than cable. Nerdrotic, Critical Drinker, Geeks and Gamers, all those are well worth your time because they usually don't address this. But right now this week, and I've got Yellow Flash on, so I've got to go because I'm going to finish this up with Yellow Flash about what I'm looking at, and I'm done with it. So I'm done with this video. I hope that helps anybody. Don't like, as always, don't share, because if you don't subscribe, then I don't have to worry about people following me and making my content go viral and then getting attacked and having my channel banned. Have a good night. Love you. Bye.